Welcome back, everyone. Doing things a little differently this week. Please like and subscribe to the YouTube for these videos. There's a watermark right here that you could touch and will take you into the subscribe part. I'll be dropping the website that I've made and need 100 subscribers to make a usable username for business cards and also using the public Facebook page as the website. I'm hoping that it will make an all-around ability to communicate easier. Thank you for listening to that. And now that that's out of the way, one thing that I hit on in my messages a little bit so far is relapse. I haven't done a full relapse message yet. Not everything that we try to change about ourselves is easy, and some things are. My anger, as an example, is something that today I really have to work on a daily basis. I've got a little bit of an anger issue. My wife would say more. We get chips in recovery to signify length of sobriety or the life of issues that we are working on, trying to stop. I stopped taking chips for my anger a long time ago. I don't have a shed big enough to hold them anymore. Or as people like to say in recovery a lot, is they've got enough chips to tile their bathroom. On the bright side, I have never stopped working on that issue. And you will find that no matter the addiction or life issue you are trying to fix, it will be a lifelong journey. As I say that, it sounds almost impossible or too much work, but really it's not. If something has happened to make you reevaluate your life, or you just realize you will not be controlled by something, then it's about sticking to your guns and taking small steps. In my life journey of recovery, alcohol was the easiest. Almost seems like I woke up one morning and it was done. I quit taking methadone for pain on my own in less than a month without a doctor's help. That is one of the most stupid and painful things I've ever done. Make sure when quitting any medications, it's with the doctor's supervision. About the pain meds and my recovery, I'm scared about something getting ready to happen, but I'm going to make you wait till closer to the end, like I do in some of the other messages. Abusing and respecting women, especially my wife, took maturity and respect once I started getting painful life issues off my shoulders. Not to mention a patient and supportive wife. One that I have done a few messages about is forgiveness. Learning to give and receive forgiveness can make your road on a happy life so much more manageable and easier. Of all those things I listed, there are more, but we don't have all day, and I don't think that you want to listen to me all day. I quit drinking, but it doesn't mean the urge isn't still there. It's easier to deny these feelings when I think about how stupid I was when drinking and knowing that even one sip could and will most likely send me in a downward spiral. I know I wouldn't stop at one. I didn't write this down in my message, but I think about it now is that I will never forget thinking, recently and in my recovery and stuff, how did I get home some nights safely? Why didn't I kill somebody? It was only God. I'll never understand that because it happened so often. Thank God he was with me. Drinking and drugs are a piece of recovery. Sometimes because they are pleasurable to you. A lot of times they are a coping mechanism for the other pains we call life issues. I could speak as to the pain caused by physical and verbal abuse as a victim of them. I am also guilty of verbal abuse to those that I love or loved. I could speak about men's life issues such as these, but I hope that the women that will be speaking will hit on some of these topics, because a man just doesn't think or feel the way women do, especially when it comes to such things as sexual abuse in any manner. I could say for both men and women, the forgiveness part is most important. Having hate in your mind is poison, especially when you hate someone and they don't care. You are only hurting your life and causing bad habits to potentially control and destroy your life. Just because you forgive someone doesn't mean what they did was acceptable at all. Took me time to learn that and celebrate recovery. I did terrible things in my life, and forgiving myself was the hardest form of forgiveness. But once I was able to do that, it made giving it all that much easier. Receiving forgiveness should be a great and humbling gift to further your recovery and repairing of your life. As I talked about the items above, sometimes we fail or relapse. My weight is one I thought was behind me. The year before COVID shut everything down, I decided to take my life back. Also, because my grandma called me fat. I'll be seeing her in about 3 weeks, and she's probably going to say I'm fat again. I was up to 320 pounds from moping around and feeling sorry for myself before I got help for my mental issues. It took a while to go back to the gym, and like everything in recovery, you have to take it slow. I found myself on a diet, but couldn't work myself up to go to the gym. Or I would drive there, I would get into the parking lot, drive around, and go back home. After a few times, I made myself stop and park in a parking spot. I would sit there for a little bit and then leave. But then finally I stopped and went in. I never wanted to go, but knew once I got there, I would go in and get it done. I have a before and after pic right here. In 1 year, I lost almost 100 pounds. I went from 320 down to 225 to 230. But then COVID shut everything down, and then I had back surgery. And now I'm 320 pounds again. No, I'm not blaming those things. Sort of just did, actually. But it's not those things' fault. It's mine for not taking care of myself. Starting Monday, the day after this message, I'll be starting the gym at least 3 times a week to start. And I'll give y'all updates every other week for you to keep me accountable. Everyone watching this video are now my accountability partners. Something everyone needs in their life as part of preventing relapse. I may even post the times I'll be going to the gym on the public Facebook page, so that if those that are local want to go. Recovery works best, as in the Bible, the verse from Ecclesiastes 4, 9, and 10. 2 are better than 1, because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up, but pity anyone who falls and has no one to help them up. It's so much easier to walk through life when you got somebody to encourage and push you along. There are other steps in recovery to help relapse, but hopefully God sees fit to keep this ministry going, and we will talk more about it. Now, as I said earlier, I was scared about something with drugs. The doctor that did my surgery has changed my life, but I have to learn that I'm still not able to do what I normally want to do, which is usually all hard stuff. My wife walks with me in everything I do. She knows my fears about this, but we know what needs to be done, and she's lovingly pushing me like only she can. It may seem easy to some, but I would rather go to the gym than a pain doctor. We've already talked and made a plan, and I will follow through. It starts in the first week of July, shortly after I go to my brother's memorial and see my grandmother's going to call me fat. I already have an appointment to see the doctor, which in turn is going to send me to a physical therapist, where I will be entering also pain management, which is where I'll be starting what I'm scared of is the pain meds. But the thing that I'm going to be different most of all is I'll be seeing a pain counselor. And I'm also going to have accountability partners. It is important to me that I follow these steps so that my wife and I know that I don't fall backwards in recovery and our happiness in life. My life is not just mine alone. It is God's first, then my family's, and I don't want to disappoint any of them. I'm telling you this because I will be asking my prayer warriors for prayers, and I also ask you. There is nothing stronger than prayers. Whether I know you, whether you really know me, a prayer is so powerful that it changes lives. We will talk more about relapse in coming messages. Please visit and join the public Facebook page, Building a Better Life with Christ. And again, I ask, please and like and subscribe on the YouTube page. I hope to see you next message, and until then, stay strong, stand firm, stay the path, and most of all, stay faithful. I thank you so much for sharing your time with me. Please have a blessed week. Thank you.